out. My name is Casey Quist, and I am the owner of Shop by Casey, formerly Boudoir by Casey. I just rebranded so that I could be a little bit more consumer friendly for bringing people in the door for headshots and maternity that ideally do turn into boudoir shoots as well. And being branded specifically to Boudoir by Casey kind of scares people off sometimes. If you've heard of me before, it is same me, just different business name, Shop by Casey. The domain name for Shop by Casey was not available. So the X is like, it means by, like 1 by 2, 2 by 4, 4 by 4. I thought I was being cute. Anyways, today we're going to talk about how I create an unforgettable luxury boudoir experience. There's going to be a lot of tips and tricks and things you can implement in your boudoir photo shoots as well, but you don't have to do all of them. And then if you need any advice after, I'd be happy to give you that. So let's get started. So step one thing I never do is treat clients like they're on a conveyor belt. I do offer two different levels of services. So I have more of a create your own session experience, and then I have my luxury session experiences. So today we're talking about my luxury session experiences, and when I book a luxury client, they're the only client that I book for the whole day. There's no rushing, there's no, oh my gosh, I got someone else coming in. There's no pressure for them and no pressure for me. So one a day, that's step one. We're not going to rush them. We're not going to book more than one a day. And we're not going to put limits on outfits, time, poses, or pampering. This day is all about them. So for those of you who do boudoir, you know that these women, most of them have never done anything like this before in their lives. They're scared, they're nervous, they're worried that you're going to be able to even get beautiful photos of them. So when it comes to putting limits and pressure on them, I don't do any of it, which is why I let them pick as many outfits as they want. I'm not rushing them. I'll pose them tons of different ways, and there's lots of pampering, which I'm going to get into as well. Basically, we are spending the entire day completely focused on them and them alone. And as most of them are moms, this is something they really, really appreciate, a day just about them. Step two, we're going to shoot somewhere beautiful. Now, I realize not everybody has a photography studio, but I do, and these are some pictures from my photography studio. This one is the fourth one I have ever opened, and this was the one where I got to tear it down completely to the studs and rebuild it from scratch. So there's lots of different sets in my studio, and these are my 6 favorite. You can see how the photos look in these throughout this presentation, as well as in the books and albums and folios and things over here. So I love it. It's my dream studio. I spent a fortune on it. So step 3 here, we are going to create an amazing itinerary of the day for them. So not just what we tell them we're going to do, but an actual printed itinerary that we can send them, something that looks very much like a wedding invitation, very formal, something very fancy. Again, I'm not talking about my basic session clients who build as they go. I'm talking about my all-inclusive, go-all-out luxury clients that get these level of services. Step 4. Now, I realize not everybody has a full-body red light therapy bed. It's just something that I came across. It's a type of therapy that I have benefited from tremendously in my own life. Helps with collagen, it helps with wrinkle reduction, fine lines, cellulite, and it makes them feel really good, which is the most important thing. They love it. They feel like I forgot how to walk when they come out of it because they're so relaxed, which is great when it comes to a boudoir shoot. You really want them to be really relaxed. So there are lots of places, even Planet Beach and gyms now offer this service, so that might be something you may include. Send them a little gift certificate to go get this treatment before they come into you for luxury session clients. Again, not basic session clients. My luxury clients are spending $3,000 or more, so I can afford to send them for $45 to go get a full body red light therapy treatment. I also combine mine with what you see here. This says Huso. It's a full body sound therapy treatment too. So they get headphones, they get these little wrist and ankle pads, and there's 16 different frequencies. They get to go through them and pick the one that they resonate with. And when they come out of it, they feel really, really good. So I love red light therapy. Step 5. In my other life, I might have been a caterer. I go a little overboard, and I make sure that since they're usually with me, I'd say sometimes 8 to 12, sometimes 14 hours if they're choosing 8 outfits to wear, I want to make sure that breakfast, lunch, and dinner is prepared for them. So they get a full spread that I make while they're in hair and makeup, and they get to nibble and enjoy all day. Let me tell you, when those clients come out and they see this spread on the table, they're like, oh, this is all for me? And the answer is always absolutely. What's even better is I have really beautiful gift boxes that I let them pack up whatever's left and take home with them to continue enjoying after the session. So it is a little bit of extra time, it's a little bit of extra money, but again, these clients are paying me $3,000 or more. So it's nothing that's too far out of my way, and I enjoy it. So step 6, they get a custom facial treatment. So I got lucky enough that I found a hair and makeup artist who has an esthetician's license as well. So she can do dermaplaning on them. She does a custom facial for them. She even gives them a upper body, shoulder, and neck massage before they ever start their hair and makeup. And there's a lot of reasons that I do this, but the biggest one is if you can get a woman who was scared coming in, who was nervous, who was anxious, to feel relaxed and comfortable in your place of business, with your team, with you, she's going to perform a lot better for your photos. So love these. And they only take about an extra half hour to do. So again, they're going to spend the full day with me anyways. Why not treat them to the treatment they never get, especially if a lot of them are moms, which my clients are. So step 8, clients receive professional hair and makeup artistry services, and we do multiple looks. So every time they change their outfit, we are updating their hair or updating their hair and makeup or their makeup. And the reason for that is that way we don't have redundant looks in photos. Now my basic session clients, they get one and they can add on to that. But my luxury session clients, again, we go all out and treat them the works, hair, makeup, multiple looks. There is an album over here with a young lady. She's got bright pink wig on, and you'll see in the book there's multiple pictures of her, and she looks completely different in every photo. So her album is very interesting, and you'll find those in the samples. This is the lady I'm talking about. Same woman in all the pictures, but a completely different look because we've now switched the makeup, switched the makeup, switched the makeup. And she wanted to wear a wig, so that made it really easy to switch the hair. I did purchase about 50 different wigs. I believe it was on, I don't know, wholesale Alibaba or something like that. So they get to wear them for that 5-10 minutes. We sanitize them at the end of the day, and it gives the clients really a chance to be whoever they want to be in the studio. So step 9 here, they get to shop for their wardrobe in my studio. I have a wholesale account with Fantasy Lingerie. If you're going to be a boudoir photographer, it's something I definitely recommend. My representative is awesome. And all those clothes I have purchased at a wholesale rate, and my clients get the pleasure of coming in and shopping right in studio. The reason that we do that is they're already nervous and they don't know what to wear, and they go into, I don't know, Target and trying to find something beautiful, and there's not. The quality of the lingerie from Fantasy Lingerie, and they carry multiple brands, is so beautiful. They've never seen anything like it. They get to feel a lot better about themselves knowing that they have stuff that makes them look good and feel good, and they get to take it home. COVID changed a lot of things. The clothing situation was a big one. I didn't want people having to wear the same clothes after one another. Plus, I'm sure you girls know nobody likes to wear the same dress as some other girl at the party. We want our own dress. We want to look unique. So I only order one of every outfit. I also have lots of shoes and jewelry and hosiery. Much to my surprise, I did not know that Kixie's Thigh Highs was in the building that I chose to build my studio in. I didn't even know until after I signed the lease and started the construction. And the property manager brought me over and he said, "Hey, you know we have a lingerie lady in here?" I said, "What?" And he took me and introduced me, and I was like, oh, I cannot believe it. Like, I already buy her stuff. Now I photograph her stuff, and I get as much as I want for free. It's a really good deal for me. So I really am in my dream space. But if you are looking to supply, they do offer wholesale accounts as well if you're going to supply hosiery, and they have lingerie line as well. And they will hook you up with a wholesale account. So I really love Kixie's Thigh Highs, Fantasy Lingerie. That's how I have the closet that I have. And people walk in and go, wow, they love it. It is organized also by size, so I've got extra small and small on the top left, mediums and smaller larges on the bottom left, then I got extra larges and 1X there, and anything 2X and larger is on the bottom right. So clients really get to actually shop in the studio with good lighting and a good mirror, which is going to make a big difference. Step 10, that's when we get into the photo shoot. I tell people that that's the smallest part of the day, because when you do spa services, hair and makeup, you're trying out outfits, you're eating, that's really like what the majority of the day is. Now, A lot of this is my old studio, so it doesn't look anything like the pictures that I've shown you on the thing. But when you get the lighting set up, I have ceiling mounted lights. I don't have to do a lot of moving lights around. They really only spend 15 to 20 minutes in front of the camera in each outfit. So it's very quick. I pose them with a lot of direction, and they're really pleasantly surprised. So it's a nice day for them. This one is very, very important. Clients are jazzed up. If you've ever been to the salon and you've gotten your hair and makeup, or you're just like you got your hair done and you come out of there and you're like, wow, I feel like $1 million. That's the time when they feel like $1 million to go through their photos with them. I do have a 10-step process, which I am going to break down in tomorrow's presentation, I believe. And I'm going to show you how I do it in 10 easy steps. It's very simple to do in-person sales with Lightroom right after the photo shoot. We sit down at the desk, I pull them up, they connect to the TV, much like I'm doing now, and I help them narrow it down. So I recommend it a lot. Step 12, we are going to take care of their printing needs also. I think it would be a shame to spend all that time, a full day, creating stunning images, hair, makeup, lingerie, shoes, hosiery, jewelry, the works, catering, all that, to then let the clients have to figure out where to print them and then let them print them at Costco or Walmart or one of those places where the color profile is going to completely change the image you took the time to create. So that's why I'm here today, to talk to you about Xeno. So this is the most popular item that I sell. Sir, I love your suit. That is the coolest suit. Okay. So the luxury album box set. In my studio, I do sell 11 by 14s and 8 by 11s. I do portrait orientation because I don't shoot my images with enough space around them to crop them into a square book. I like to keep them as tight as I can to get all the details in my clients' eyes and their hair and their skin and their outfits. So I love this orientation. I only have to crop a tiny little bit off to put it portrait on the page, and the page spread, when you put one image across both, fits really nicely in the books. This is a newer material here, the crocodile leatherette. I love it. My clients love it. It's very 90s. Not everybody chooses to get it. Some of them go with the standard, but they have this in black and red. I also quite often do gilding around the edges in gold or black or silver. And I do the crystal USB with their photos on it. So this picture doesn't show that, but the sample of the crystal USB is over there, and it's beautiful. My favorite cover is on those too. It's the crystal cover with their photo underneath. So make sure you get over there and check those out. That's like the maximum potential. I think it's actually going around. So, second most popular item, the 5x7 folio box. I recommend this box for someone who doesn't want an album. Someone who's like, I don't know if I need a whole book. Maybe I just want to put a couple in the bedside table, in a frame on my bedside table. This is perfect because you can add to this. If you come back and do another shoot with me, we can put more photos in this. Quite often they go with 4x6 or 5x7, but Xeno goes all the way up to 11x14. They have mounted prints, they have matted prints, and then they have the standard prints. I don't do standard prints for my clients unless they have a significant number of images. So if they have, 50 or plus images, I can't fit all of those in this box. That would be the only occasion I would give them a standard print. I love the mounted prints because it's finished and it's thick and it's very durable, so they're less likely to accidentally fold it or bend it and ruin it. So these boxes are really neat. You can wrap an image around the edge as well. And this is a picture without a picture in the crystal USB. Then, of course, there's wall art. The 4 most popular sizes I sell are the 24x36, the 16x24, the 11x14, and the 8x12. The metal frames on there are by far the most popular. The gold, it adds a very finished look, and it keeps the metal prints safe from if they drop them. They're not going to get chipped and bent up around the edge. So this is probably the least popular of all the options that my clients choose to display boudoir work because they're nervous about their sexy photos on the wall. But on the off chances I have someone who is, like in those pictures right there, they have some really beautiful options here at Xeno. Other gifts, they have calendars and they have folios. These have gotten extremely popular. Once I started showing my clients the folios with boudoir photos in it is when they really fell in love with them. I sell them all the time in addition to albums now because now they want something they can have out and something they can put away. So I'm a big fan of folios. So the biggest thing about my luxury sessions is I take care of everything for my clients, hence the world on a silver platter and white glove delivery. That includes instant gratification with same-day viewing. That in-person sale, I've never had bigger sales than when I show them the same day. I mean, look at we're in 2023. People want instant gratification. I don't make them leave empty-handed. When you are confident in your work and you are showcasing your work to them and they're seeing their proofs, there's no reason you can't upload those unretouched images to an online gallery that same day for them. What that does is it tells them that they are important to me and that I'm confident in my work and that they should be able to take them home, and then they show them off to their friends. They show them off to whoever they want, because now they have something that in their hands on their phone they can look at while we wait for retouching. So I'm a really big fan of same-day viewing and same-day proofs in their online gallery. They don't have to worry or do anything on the day of their photo shoot. I take care of everything. They don't have to bring anything. They can show up in their pajamas. They're going to get a robe. They're going to get fuzzy slippers. They're going to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're going to get fancy drinks. They're going to get everything they could possibly need to look and feel their best on the day of the session. And a bunch of things they don't need, but they will just enjoy. Also, my turnaround is super fast because I outsource my retouching. I know this is a touchy subject. A lot of people are really finicky about who works on their images. And I felt the same way until 2018 when I came across a company called Two Canoes. And I've been using them for years. I have sent them thousands of photos, and I'm so happy with them. I'm happy with them because their fees are flexible depending on how many images and what type of retouching you're looking for. They are very, very affordable. I pay $4 per image for my images to be retouched, and I can send them back as many times as myself or the client requests to be updated and fix different things. I used to think I was the best retoucher until I sent my stuff to them, and then I thought, okay, never mind, you can do it. It's amazing. It's so freeing. It gives you so much time. We do use Dropbox to send the images back and forth, which is really nice because I open up my computer and they're just done. They're there in the Dropbox already waiting for me. I don't have to go download them. I don't have to do anything. Turnaround time for retouching is only 2 to 4 days. They have a rush option for 48 hours or less. Quite often I get it at 24 hours or less when I pay the rush. It's $6 per image to pay the rush instead of $4. And it's worth every penny, and it's built into my pricing, so I never really feel it anyway. They don't have to wait weeks for their images. Every day that goes by after their photo shoot, they start to lose the feeling that they had when they were in there, feeling all empowered and more beautiful than they ever have in their whole life. So I do want to get it to them very fast. But you guys know, as a business owner, there's a lot of tasks that we do that are not photography related and not editing related, and I need time to do those things. So Two Canoes has really enabled me to have the time to do that, which means I have more time for advertising, marketing, content creation, model calls, connecting with people in person, coming to conventions like this. I love the fact that I have them to help back me up. So my images are getting edited right now as we speak while I'm up here talking to you guys. We talked about how they'll make changes. Oh, and this is Julia. I just wanted to give her a shout out because I love her. She has the most amazing customer service skills ever. Even when I have had to send things back, like, I don't know what happened to these. Can you redo them? She's so nice. Absolutely, honey. We'll take care of it right away. Never gets offended when I have retouching requests that I want. She's always happy. She's always polite. I love her. So I make sure to every now and then to jump on the website and tell her that I'm so thankful for how her and the retouchers take care of it. I do have my own team, so that's what she looks like. If you go on there, you'll see her. Here's some before and afters. So there's my raw image, completely untouched. And there's my retouched image. Then I have another raw image, completely untouched, and my retouched version. Another raw, and my retouched. So this girl was actually photographed in black light to make her clothes pop a lot more. So this one's a little bit different than my normal work as well, but on a model call, you get to try new things. So I love them. I think they do a great job. You can dial it back if you want. Tell them I want less retouching, no body sculpting. It really is. They're there to make it look how you want it. It's not the other way around. There's no ego involved. If you do want to give them a try, you can take a picture of this QR code and scan it, and they will give you 50% off of your first order. So instead of it being $4 a picture, you could send it to them for $2 a picture. They do create a profile for you based on samples, and they will make your work look exactly how you want it. It's not like a standard thing that they do for everyone. It will be tailored to your work and your retouching style. You send them your work and they will try to get it there. This was a game changer for my business, you guys. Getting retouching outsourced was just everything. I would never go back, ever. Everybody got that? We can move on? Okay, cool. All right, now we're going to talk about Zeno, the people who brought me here today. Why is Zeno my favorite lab? Well, I'll tell you why it's not my favorite lab. It's not my favorite lab simply because they're cost effective and margin friendly, and they are. The cost of it being as price friendly as it is enables me to give them complimentary replacement for life. So on the off chance that any client drops their crystal album down a flight of stairs and shatters the cover, I will replace it for them at no extra cost. And I don't even have to redesign it because Zeno stores my album designs forever. All I have to do is clone it and reorder it, which is really convenient. Has anybody ever done that? No. But on the off chance somebody is devastated by the destruction of one of their printed items, it would behoove me to treat them with a luxury session experience to a complimentary replacement. And I will. Besides, it's built into the pricing anyway. Everything's all inclusive, so it's built in, that second replacement. So everyone has it. No one uses it, but everyone has it. So it's a really great way to make sure you're taking care of your clients in the long term, not just on the day they're in the studio with you, which we just talked about. And I get store credit with every purchase, which is why I have a full studio gallery full of tons of samples, because that's what I use my store credit for. When you shop with Zeno and you're a part of, there's a specific plan, I can't remember the name of it right now, but when you shop with Zeno, you can get store credit. I can also use that to place other client orders. If there's a month everything's really slow and I'm just now getting to the orders, I can use my store credit toward any purchase I want. I prefer to order samples. Their software is very easy to use. I've used a lot of softwares from a lot of the different labs around here, even the ones you have to download and then update and wait forever. I love the all-in-one platform that Zeno has. I love how user-friendly it is. It's the best, but still not why they're my favorite. Just one of the many reasons I like them. On my big orders, my albums that cost me $300, $400, $500, I don't pay shipping on those, which is wonderful as well. I don't know of any other lab that does that. They have unique product options and finishes that no other labs have. I know this because there was a time when we were going through COVID, there was some products that were not available, and I could not find them or anything like them at any other lab. So I'm really grateful Zeno is up and running smoothly, and that they have such beautiful products to offer. We talked about this. They keep copies of all my orders so I can easily reorder anytime. That's great for when a client wants a duplicate. That does happen. They're also not my favorite because they sponsored me to be here today, although that's nice. I do like being here up on the stage talking to you guys. This is why they're my favorite. Reason number one, they care about the quality of my clients' custom works of art as much as I do. If I have ever had any issue with the quality of anything, I sent a quick email over to customer service and they took care of it right away. They've always taken care of me, which means they're taking care of my clients, and I appreciate that so much. The second reason, they provide more services, software, and support to my friends in this industry than any other lab does. There's Retoucher, there's Gallery, there's Slideshow. They have so many softwares you guys can utilize in the marketing and advertising of your business and to better service your clients. Reason number three, they are truly a one-stop shop print lab. They print everything I need for my clientele. So these aren't enough reasons. I gave you quite a few. All right, we were talking a little bit about the different softwares. There's Designer, Proofer, Gallery, eStore, Slideshow, and Retoucher. One that I've used recently was really cool, Zeno Proofer. So when I place the orders for my clients' albums, they have no idea what the designs look like. But now with Zeno Proofer, I can send that over to them, and they can actually see and make comments, anything they want changed, images switched or flipped horizontally. It's pretty neat, and then they get to approve it. And what does them approving it mean? When they approve it, it means there's no buyer's remorse because they approved it. So I love that software specifically, but the galleries, that's wonderful. The design, it's all good. The eStore, I've already sold prints off of there. For clients that did headshots and simple things, I threw their images in the eStore and they bought prints from it. I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't have to do anything. And Zeno took no commission. They take no commission off of the sales that occur through eStore, so it's amazing software. So today, you can get an additional 25% off select products with the paid plans and the Zeno Gallery. So if you haven't signed up for an account yet, I suggest you do. It will be worth it. And then there's QR codes on the back of everybody's seat. We have a bunch of samples over there, a bunch of samples on the tables of our sponsored photographers here today. And we do have a show special. It is a free sample album, and you should definitely scan that code and get those. All right, so if you guys have any other questions about how I offer the luxury session experience, this is my personal QR code. This can get you my contact information. You can give me your contact information with it. And we also have, for Boudoir photographers, a private Facebook group, which is linked here in the QR code. And all of my social media accounts are also linked in there. So you're more than welcome to take a picture of that. And, you know, I'm here for the week, so come talk to me. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Casey, everybody.
Everybody got that?
If anybody has any questions, feel free to just raise your hand. I'll pass you the mic, and we have a conversation going.
I talked a lot. I told them everything. Maybe that's why I don't have questions. What file size do I normally use? So they come out of the camera somewhere between 24 and 35 gigabytes. Pretty big. So when I deliver them to the online gallery, I always check the box that gives them the option to download them at full res, but at small size. So what they get for social media sharing and things like that, especially on their proofs, I don't give them full size. It'll take up all the room on their phone. So I export them at 5,000 kilobytes. So it's big enough for their phone viewing, but not so big it's going to take up all the space on their phone. So, and they have the option to download them like that from their gallery as well as full size, full res. Now, I can't stop them from printing their images on their own, but when I put printed items in their hand, why would they? So it's a pretty nice feeling they get when they hold something and it's their photos. They love it when it's not theirs and they're checking out the samples, but they really love it when it is theirs. They want their photos in that book. You don't sell what you don't show. It's a very big lesson to anybody who's not selling printed items. You will never sell anything unless you put it in their hands. So I highly recommend it. And thank you for your question. Any other questions? No? Okay.
All right, well, thank you for coming here, everybody.
Thank you
Casey
very
will be
much.
sticking around if you want to talk to her one-on-one with questions that you would like to have that face-to-face with her.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know, we are giving out free stuff. There are gift bags over there if you haven't grabbed one, of which you'll see a couple brochures and a free USB drive. So if you haven't grabbed one, it's up there anytime. Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. Can I take my shoes off now? They're cute, but they're not comfy. Okay.